Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your week ahead horoscope. Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Saggy, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. All right, so for your key to the week this week, you have the High Priestess. Hidden things revealed, right? So interestingly enough, obviously we're in the midst of eclipse season now. So eclipse season is already here, and at the end of, or so not at the end of this week, but as in the following week after this one, we will be heading towards that powerful eclipse in your sign, the last one that is going to probably leave you some sort of gift, I believe. Now, with that said, the High Priestess, yes, you know, this whole thing about hidden things revealed, but one of the things that a lot of people don't talk about with this card is it can represent purity. And so this week, maybe a purity of purpose, maybe a clarity of what it is that you're ready to share, or what it is that you're trying to do, what it is that you're trying to build shows up for you this week. There could be a really deep, and I'm noticing this myself actually, there's like this deep rumble in the soul that is calling you towards something specific, and it's, for a lot of people, I mean, well, for myself anyway, it's something from the past, and I'm like, how does this now fit into my life? So you might be finding this week that it's all about stripping things back to basics, taking something back to its purest essence, right? And for some of you this could be reinitiation, but for some of you this could be maybe clarity of your purpose, maybe clarity of, or purity of your purpose in some way, like I said. So it's going to be a really interesting week in that regard. Now, for those of you that are continued subbies, you know Rafi loves you. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share. If you should so choose and this resonates, hit that subscribe button. For your foundation card, you have the 10 of Pentacles. This is beautiful. This could literally be some form of hidden money, some kind of hidden finance or resources that comes in for you, money that you didn't expect to inherit, money that you didn't expect to be given, a grant that you are actually eligible for, but now sort of only comes to light because you're speaking to somebody who has that knowledge. Another way that this could show up as well, this could be an important or a prominent female in your life that happens to be older, may give you or bring you a message. Now, for some of you, this might be a person that has passed on. And the reason I say this, we're in between eclipses, so the veil between the worlds is thinner now. The High Priestess can represent the most important woman in our lives, whether you're a man or a woman. In a woman's spread, it works slightly different because obviously this could also be you as wife and mother. So maybe this could be a message for some of you from your future self. From some of you, this could be a message from your past self as a reminder of what you're heading towards or how far you've come. But I do get this sense that an important woman, an important older woman is likely to give you some sort of piece of advice or information this week that could really speak very deeply to your soul, and specifically to your I want to say like to your ancestry or to your origin. And you know, in my mind as I'm sort of speaking right now, and it's funny because this happened while I was shuffling the cards before I'd even started your reading, I kept seeing a cow over and over in my mind. Now obviously as I'm recording this, it's under the guise of that Taurus lunar eclipse, so maybe that has something to do with it. But if that message speaks to anybody, it's coming through loud and clear. For your actions and options, you've got the 6 of Cups. This is literally treading memory lane in some way, shape or form. The 6 of Cups coupled with the High Priestess, that's somebody's deep past. This is your deep past. In some way, shape or form, you are treading down memory lane. Something comes to light this week. It comes, maybe bubbling up out of the subconscious. This could be a really powerful week for getting reacquainted with some sort of spiritual or psychic gift that you have, which is, always great. But for a lot of you, this could be reconnecting with an old friend, reconnecting with, like I said, maybe an older person in your life that you haven't seen for a while, but they're disseminating something to you. Now, your actions and options is also about what you do. So this is a great week to connect with, work with, or socialize with siblings, anybody that maybe fills that role if you don't have any siblings, or maybe just reconnecting with old friends that you haven't seen for a while. For your communications and conversations, you've got the 5 of Cups. Very, very interesting. The 5 and the 6 run came up in the Scorpio read as well. Now, usually men come through numbers. So when you see a sequence of numbers, 5, 6, 7, triple twos, 3 aces, whatever, it usually is a masculine energy that comes through the spirit world. But this really does feel for me like it's feminine. It doesn't feel masculine, and that's why I'm saying, like, this, for some of you, this could be a dream, or something that comes from somebody that maybe has passed over. The reason I say this as well is because the 5 of Cups is it's a loss card. It's a card of mourning. For a select few of you, you could be privy to some sort of information about somebody's health. This could be that you're privy to information that comes in that isn't necessarily easy information to be in possession of as well. It is the 5 of Cups after all. Now, for those of you that are employed by somebody else, whatever is denied or declined this week when it comes to your work, when it comes to your advancement in the work that you do, there are bigger and deeper things taking place in the wings. All right, so behind the scenes, there's a lot more going on at your place of work than you are currently aware of. So just be aware that is taking place. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this could be an idea that you really thought had legs. Now suddenly you realize, actually, you know what, not only does this not feel like it's going anywhere, but it's not even something that I really want to do, given the grand scheme of where my life is going or how things are evolving for me at this moment in time. And then for those of you that are retired or no longer working, I will say this to you. The 5 of Cups is really asking you to consider what you need to release now, right? What idea is outdated and outmoded. Nobody really does this as well as you do, because you're all about, Sagittarius is all about belief structures and higher thought and higher philosophy, etc. But this could be a chance for you to really get to grips with what you know and believe now. All right, so just consider as well, though, if you are making a hairpin right of a change, let people know. Not everybody's going to go with you to wherever that change leads, and not everybody wants to or has to. It's just because you're going there, you can't really expect everybody to to turn tail and go in a different direction with you. Some people will, some people won't. For your love and relations, you've got the Star card. This is gorgeous. All right, this is really, really nice. For a select few of you that are single and ready and looking to mingle, this is a reconnection of some kind, right, with a past lover, likely to be somebody that you dated in your teens, somebody that maybe the person that is that one that got away, somebody that you haven't seen for the longest time. You run into them and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. There could be a powerful reconnection for you guys. And I often talk about this when I see or feel this kind of energy. Not every reconnection that comes back into our lives is for reconnection. Sometimes it's just to show you how much you or they have advanced or not, as the case may be. This, though, just because of the combination of cards, this feels like it's a reconnection. I'm going to be honest with you and say that it might be one that's short-lived. but there is reconnection energy here. All right, now for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this is really nice because it's like whatever challenges come up, it's like the partner's got you. All right, whatever issues arise, the partner's got you. Like whatever befalls you, it's like your partner says, no, 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 this hasn't happened to you, this has happened to us. How do we approach this? There's a really nice sense of not just partnership, but kinship, you know, this week that comes through, which is very, very nice. For your money and materials, you've got the 8 of Swords. Okay, so this week, be very, very conscious of what you tie yourself to financially, especially for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments. This 8 of Swords with that Strength card, you may end, whatever you're tying yourself to or aligning yourself to this week, you may end up being tied to for a very long time. You know, that actually literally represents a commitment of 17 to 21 years, right? So this week looks very, very pivotal on the financial sector for a lot of you. If you're making a big purchase this week, you just want to make sure you get a second opinion, or you just want to double check that whatever it is that you're doing is completely aligned. I don't know why, just because the 8 of Swords is under the 5 of Cups, that's already a shaky energy in and of itself. Be careful with your money this week, my dear Saggies, especially if you're going to invest in something big or something for the long term. There's a lot of volatility here. All right, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is going to be your arms, your hands, and your fingers, mostly your upper extremities, but also your upper airways, he says. Right, so just watch out for those this week. I often say to people as well, when these kinds of cards show up for people, I often say to them, maybe this is a time to get back into your cardio journey. And then finally, for your home and environment, I mean, this could be news that comes in through or around or about the family, and it might be news that you're not supposed to be privy to as yet. And one day I will tell a story of why we as family members shouldn't hide things from our family if there's something, you know, either wrong with us or whatever. All right, anyway, with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. I truly hope that you find easier ways to navigate this week. There's some real gems in it, I have to say. There's some, it really is a mixed bag. You've got some challenges, but you've got some really, really lovely energy as well that shows that there is support for you. All right, with that said, take care and I'll see you soon.